Hey guys, how's it going? It's Sunday. It's early-ish. Um, earlier than when I usually make these things. So, because there's daylight outside. Imagine that. So anyway, now, if you've been following these silly little videos, now that we've gone through my musical history and a tour of my apartment, which I felt the need to do, I don't know why. They were kind of weird videos. I apologize. Um, I want to get back to what part of what the original concept was for these, um, which was to talk about the local music scene and the bands that I like and the bands that you should check out if you haven't already. Um, and just want to say a big thanks and kudos to Greg Chilton, Ritual Madness Podcast, um, who him. So the show he had on Friday, this past Friday, um, was he was talking to Natalie Quirk, who is someone I met and became friends with recently, who has who's trying to get stuff going up at St. Cloud. Um, she's part of Midwest Metal Promotions, I believe it's called. I'll link it in this video or tag it, whatever it's called. Um, but listening to them on Friday, really, I mean, every time I talk to Greg, it's inspirational because he's so passionate about the scene and just wants to get it united and all that stuff. So, and I want to do the same. I mean, I think there shouldn't be any division between, bands or genres or clubs or promoters or whatever. We're all in this together. Let's just make this as strong as we can. Um, Also, thanks to Greg for the couple shout outs he gave me during that podcast. That was awesome. Um, and yeah, so let's do this. So, first band we're going to talk about, I've talked about them a lot before actually, and they are absolutely one of my favorite local bands. I first saw them at the first Northern Invasion, and I talked about this. They opened the thing, they weren't on the bill, but they opened and they were absolutely killer. And I immediately went home and found them on Facebook and liked them. And I think, I don't know, see, this is where memory, because this was like 3 years ago now. I don't remember if I bought their album immediately or if I saw them again and then bought their album or bought the album right before I saw them next time. I don't remember. Anyway, of course, the band I'm talking about, if you follow these, is Cold Kingdom. And this album, The Moon and the Fool, I've listened to so many times. It's kind of insane. I got this album after seeing them once, maybe twice. Again, I don't remember. But I had to get it, and I put it on my phone, and it did not leave my phone literally for probably a solid year. This is something I always had, always had on my phone. Um, and this album it's just so good. It's I don't usually like saying that albums are perfect, but this is damn near as close to a perfect album as you're going to get. The performances are great, the songs are great, the production is great. Um, yeah, you cannot go wrong. So if you ever have a chance to see these guys, which I have 5 times, I think. Ironically enough, all but one of those times being the first time I saw them. The other times I've seen them have been at the Fine Line, which I don't know, that's just a little weird. But if you have the chance, go and see them. They just started a tour um, going through the spring. They're touring with Sleep Signals. Um, and then last year they did a national tour with Shinedown, which is really cool. If you like them on Facebook, you can go to their Facebook page. Especially drummers out there and lovers of drummers. One of the shows they did was Shinedown last year. They did a drum cam video of their entire set, and it's pretty freaking good. It's pretty cool. You should check it out. So anyway, got the album off of Bandcamp. Had to get the physical copy because I will say this repeatedly. I need something. I need to hold and feel something. And as some of you know, I mean, I love a good band t-shirt, especially a band I really like. I can't help it. So this is the first one I got of theirs. And it's like a tarot card type design. And I think I ordered that with the CD, I'm pretty sure. And then upon, I went and saw them again, and every time I've seen them, they just bring it and they just kick ass and they're just awesome. So at one of the next shows I saw them, I got this t-shirt, which I really like. Straighten that out. It says No Surrender at the bottom, which is one of the songs off of Moon and the Fool, which is a great tune. So I got that, wear that one. And with my band now, Off Duty Astronauts, whenever we play, I've been trying to wear different band shirts at our shows. Just, it's all about cross promotion. It's all about promotion. It's all about whatever. Now I know I've worn this one. We have pictures of me wearing this one. I haven't worn the first one, but that's okay. So then, after that, I got word that they were had set up a crowdfunding campaign to help finance their new EP. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And I went on there, and I mean, I'm not a rich man, but I like to give as much as I can. And pretty much how I judge it is like I go down the incentives because, that's the not point, but the cool thing about these is that yes, you give them money to help contribute to make this product, but in the end, depending on how much you get certain incentives back, which I think is just, it's all flowing, it's all giving and taking, and it's all good in the end. So I'm like, okay, and I've done a couple of these, and I'll talk about those later. But in this one, I'm like, okay, how can I get a copy of the album and a t-shirt? Because those are the easiest, and those are usually at the $20 to $30 level. So I think I threw in like $30. Got copy of the album when it was done. Got a download of an acoustic EP that they did, which is pretty cool. And got this exclusive, just to that campaign, t-shirt. So that's pretty cool. And so when I started hearing things, little snippets off the new EP, I got a little worried. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This album is just straight guitar, bass, drums, vocals. I'm pretty sure. The new one, which is right here, which you should pick up because it did grow on me. First things I heard had it sounded a lot more electronic. I mean, there was a lot more backing tracks and like not sampling, but just sounds that weren't just straight guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. And that worried me for a little bit because I really don't like when bands do that. And I mean, no offense, guys, if you're watching this, which you probably won't, but I mean, I love you guys. You're awesome, but more of this, a little less of this. Even though this did grow on me, it took me a while to get into it, but it works. Um, you know, of the five, I do have three favorites. So we'll do that now. Okay. So on this one, again, this whole album is incredible. Um, favorite tracks, um, Let It Burn is probably my number one favorite track. But again, everything is so good. Red is good, M is good, Surrender, How Could I Know? I mean, this whole album. In the words of a YouTuber I've been following recently called Razor Fist, this album is all killer, no filler. Buy it. Now, go see them. Get this album. This one took me a while to grow on it. Of the five tracks, again, all of which are good, but standouts for me are The Break, Not Tonight, and Perfect Chambers. Those would be the ones, and I've seen them do The Break live. I think I've seen them do Perfect Chambers live too, and those kill. Those are awesome. So that, I guess, is band review number one, if we're going to number these, which I don't know if I'm going to or not. And I believe that's all the Cold Kingdom related merchandise I have. But again, they're on tour now. They played the kind of kickoff hometown show, I believe it was this past weekend, last night maybe, and I missed that. But hopefully after they do this tour, they'll come back and hopefully do another show later in the summer or this fall. And again, if you have the chance, go see them. They're freaking incredible. Talk to them after the show. I've talked to the guys. They're good guys. They're down to earth, as a lot of the people in the scene are. And again, these guys, and this is where it gets, because I talk about uniting the scene, but there are definite levels of where bands are at. And I put these guys, and again, no offense to any other band I know, but I definitely put these guys at like a higher profile than a lot of the bands. There's at least 3 or 4 different levels, and we should get all of those bands on the same level. But anyway, I will stop rambling now. So Cold Kingdom, check them out. Go see them. Go get this album. Buy some merch. Support them. And and this is a message I will praise until the day I die. Praise? No, that's not right. You know what I mean. This is a message I will say to all of you and myself until I am no longer here, is go and support your local scene, support your local clubs, even if it's a crappy cover band like mine. No, we're not crappy, we're really good actually. But if it's, all the way up the scale, your local original bands starting out, your cover bands, your mid-level bands, your higher level bands like Cold Kingdom, just support it all. Just go. Find something you like and support the hell out of it. All right. And with that said, I guess I will talk to you later.